while a senior military officer, Colonel Samuel Kojo Gameli, and Gershon Akpa, a civilian employee of the Ghana Armed Forces, have been charged for their role in the, quote, elaborate plot targeted at the presidency, unquote. Well, the two were today charged with possession of explosives, arms, and ammunition without lawful excuse. Government, in a statement released on Monday, said a joint security operation on Friday led to the retrieval of several arms, explosive devices, and ammunition from locations in Accra and Bawaleshi in Dodowa. Here is a wrap of what we know so far.
Dr. Frederick McPalm, along with two others, have been charged with 5 counts of conspiracy to commit crime, namely manufacture of arms and ammunition without lawful authority, possession of explosives and firearms without lawful authority, manufacture of firearms without lawful authority, and manufacture of explosives and ammunition without lawful authority. As the investigations continue, JoyNews has gathered inside information from sources within the security agencies. What we know so far indicates the doctor and a ring of people allegedly contacted the staff at the ammunition depot seeking 10 AK-47 guns at a fee, 7,000 cedis, of which was part payment made. They subsequently demanded a refund, a move our sources believe was either because the requested ammunition could not be secured as scheduled or because they got the ammunition they wanted elsewhere. Empty magazines were allegedly found and retrieved at the premises of Citadel Hospital. Investigative assumptions by security agencies looking into the matter are that some of the guns may be hidden. They hope to unravel this as the investigations unfold. Government statement refers to a group formed by the alleged coup plotters called Take Action Ghana. Our security sources say it is a cross-sector group consisting of student, market women, taxi drivers, people in academia, police officers, ex-servicemen, as well as active military officers, some of whom have already been picked up. They add these groups were being psyched to take action at an appointed time in various parts of the country as part of the alleged plan to destabilize it. It is unclear the specific number of active servicemen allegedly involved, but at least 12 officers have been implicated, although some were also used as informants to infiltrate several meetings which government says were held by the arrested doctor and those he recruited. There is also an alleged possibility he may have recruited others who are off the radar at the moment. We know a stop list has been issued the Ghana Immigration Service already to make sure that those connected to the matter do not leave the country as investigations continue. Our sources corroborate government claims. Recorded audio and video evidence exist as proof of government's allegation, and that enough evidence was gathered as far back as July last year, but arrests were not made to allow for further surveillance on those involved. They also tell us the pictures being circulated, some of which are being used cynically and jokingly on social media, are about 1% of the story, which is why government insists this is not a hoax. Several questions have popped up as to why the 3 arrested were not charged with treason. The sources say the decision was taken on the basis of the need to build a strong case for court vis-a-vis the constitutional requirement not to keep them in custody for more than 48 hours. This, we're told, informed the current charges, which are equally grave offences. The sale and purchase of the chemicals referred to by government's initial statement are being seriously investigated, as 22 improvised explosive devices picked up from Dr. McPalm's premises are also being tested to establish the component and the extent of damage they were built to cause. Again, our sources within the security services say an initial profile of Dr. McPalm shows he may hold radical thoughts against political systems and corruption, and sought to spread same across his recruit. Investigations should ascertain how he was trained himself to, as alleged by government, build the 22 IEDs. Devices and other ammunitions allegedly found in his possession, plus his ability to recruit several civilians and active military officers to execute the alleged plans, present a dangerous person. In the end, our sources indicate the team whose leaders have now been arrested were close to the tail end of the alleged operation, hence the arrest, and that the worst could have happened if those arrests were not made. Investigations are, however, ongoing into the charges on unlawful possession and manufacture of arms, but government has indicated treason charges are imminent.
Well, state prosecutors on Friday today pressed charges against the senior military officer. Court correspondent Joseph Akable has the rest of the story.
According to state prosecutors, the two are members of Take Action Ghana, a group that is led by Dr. Mark Palm, who has already been charged before the Kaneshie District Court. The two were charged with possession of arms and ammunition and explosives without lawful excuse. ASP Sylvester Asari informed the court that they were engaged in a plot aimed at engaging in a series of demonstrations geared at toppling the government. He says they have since gone a step further with their plans to secure the services of a local weapon manufacturer who is already in the custody of the police. They said so far 6 pistols had been produced, each at a cost of 2,300 cedis, with a number of explosives, each at a cost of 400 cedis already produced. And these were all part of the weapons that they intended to use to carry out their action. He asks that the court remands them into custody as investigations were still ongoing. This was granted with the magistrate directing that they be kept in the custody of the Bureau of National Investigations, which the court has been informed is the lead investigative agency. The case has been adjourned to October 9, where all individuals, the 3 who have already been charged, and these 2 individuals who were also charged on Friday, will be put before the court for hearing to continue. My name is Joseph Akable, reporting from the Kaneshie District Court for JoyNews.
And lawyer for the alleged coup players, Victor Dawudu, has also been raising concerns about state prosecutors and how they're handling the case.
It's unfortunate that my clients will be put before court and we will not be informed earlier. I was at the BNI custody, had conference with them and left there as late as 5:30 p.m. yesterday. And I'm sure that whilst our discussion, and I spoke to the colonel, that so hasn't the military come for him or anything since he's been in BNI custody since Monday. If nothing happens, I was going to file habeas corpus. And I'm sure that is why he was put before court. And it was whilst they were in court that they started calling me that they've taken them to court and I should rush to court. And I told you I wasn't in town. I had come to court in Odumase Krobo. So it is unfortunate that I've been there. They know my number and they know the procedure to call me. They fail to call me. It all tells you that there is something that is being covered up there. And having sit on my word and say that this is all set up is dilatory and we cannot glorify this. We will wait patiently, let them be put and charged, their plea taken, and the drama will unfold. This nation will be shocked to hear. And I will say it here and there that, I'm now beginning to feel, to understand that sometimes when we have professionals and we also have some miscreants within the security setup, that they do unintelligent things that sometimes it is believed and we are told. We would wake up to see this drama unfold.
So your clients were in court today without legal representation and they were charged. What will be the next line of action for you? What do you intend to do about this?
We were not told when they were going to court. We were not informed. This is the rule of law. We're in a government of rule of law. So how will you take somebody without telling his lawyer when you have his numbers and everything, only to get to the court and say we are in court, so come to court? So we would wait and take what the proceedings that was in court. I'm sure they did not take their plea. They've remanded them. And on the day when they are charged, we are waiting patiently for them to be charged and put before the court and the plea is taken. Then when
we are told that they've been charged with possession of explosives, arms and ammunition without lawful excuse.
Yes, normally what they did was that the plea was not taken. When you are charged and you are put before court, the court will have to take whether you are guilty or not guilty. My understanding that it was not done.
Okay.
It was not done. So just that they went to remand them, to put a charge before and remand them. And I believe that's what they have done, to remand them that a date will be given. So when we get to town with my other lawyers who are also out of town, we would see what had happened in court and we will respond appropriately. Or the day the court has said that we come back, we will go. But we are eager and waiting that we should be put the charges, then the drama will start unfolding and people will be shocked as to how this set up. And when you put people who are unintelligent to ask people to set up, these are the kind of things.
lawyer for those accused, Audu, they're speaking earlier to MFA Apau on the midday news on radio.